am Samantha Bee. This weekend, Kirstjen Nielsen stepped down as Homeland Security Secretary, presumably to spend more time with her family after a house fell on her sister. Kirstjen is a lying ghoul who enforced policies that tore families apart and impacted thousands of lives. She deserves to be shunned as hard as disgraced movie moguls and morning show hosts. Nothing good will come from her tenure at the Department of Homeland Security, except perhaps Sarah Paulson's Emmy Award-winning portrayal of Nielsen on American Crime Story 2024. Dennis O'Hare was miscast as Stephen Miller. He is way too young for that role. But believe it or not, Nielsen's firing is not good news. Trump canned her because she wasn't awful enough.
Conflicts with Nielsen had been building for months, but had escalated in recent weeks. He wants families separated even if they come in at a legal port of entry and are legal asylum seekers. The president also wants families separated even if they're apprehended within the United States. Sources tell me that Nielsen has tried to explain to the president they can't bring this policy back because of various court challenges. A senior administration official tells me, quote, he just wants to separate families.
It's a policy he's been trying to implement ever since Don Jr. was born. According to Times reporter Maggie Haberman, Nielsen is aware of how awful life will be for her on the outside after defending his policies for a long time. Oh no, poor Kirstjen, that is so hard for her. Now listen, don't worry, honey, nobody is gonna confront you in public about this because you look like exactly every other white woman on the planet, including me. Am I Kirstjen Nielsen? I sure hope not. Nielsen's problem is that she cares about petty details like, is this illegal? And will it accomplish anything? And will I be remembered as one of America's greatest monsters? Trump has no patience for that kind of dithering. He wants maximum cruelty and he wants it now.
Get out. Sorry, get out. Sorry, can't handle it. And I told my people yesterday, our country's full. We're full. Our system's full. Our country is full. Can't come in. Our country is full. What can you do? We can't handle it anymore. Our country is full. Can't come in. I'm sorry.
Incidentally, you can't come in, we're full, we can't handle this anymore, is also what Trump says whenever he leaves a bathroom. Krjstjen Njelsen was tragically separated from her job following a coup staged by Trump advisor and Secretary of Gargoyles, Stephen Miller. And she's not the only one. Miller reportedly masterminded the purge of not just Nielsen, but much of DHS's top leadership, or in his case, mega-minded it.
The whole purge appears to have been engineered by one person, the president's 33-year-old senior advisor, Stephen Miller, who has long and quite publicly dreamed of curbing all immigration in the U.S., not just unauthorized immigration. And with the top ranks of the DHS cleared out, Miller now has free rein to run the administration's immigration policy. According to the Wall Street Journal, an administration official says the president recently told Miller, "You're in charge."
Or as Stephen whispered to himself in the men's room mirror afterward, "It's Miller time." That's also the name of his family's group chat, which he was not invited to join. But he didn't do it alone. He may have gotten an assist from Fox News host and old Chucky Lou Dobbs.
Tonight, we're calling on the president to fire these incompetents in the leadership of the Department of Homeland Security and Customs Border Protection.
That aired 2 Fridays ago on Dobbs's show, which Trump watches religiously. I'm not sure what's sadder, the state of our government or the fact that the president doesn't have one friend to hang out with on weekends. Someone, please be America's greatest hero and befriend Donald Trump. Take him to an escape room or just an empty room with a door that latches. He'll find it just as challenging. So why is Miller purging undesirables? So he and Trump can get on with purging immigrants. They got some fun new policies they want to try, not to mention a new spin on a classic.
A senior administration official told reporters a different form of zero tolerance has been under consideration, something called binary choice, which would let migrant parents decide whether to be separated from their children or be incarcerated as a family.
Ah, the binary choice, inspired by Stephen Miller's favorite laugh-out-loud comedy romp, Sophie's Choice. If Trump actually wanted to keep Central Americans from fleeing their disaster-ridden states, why did he cut off one of the only things the U.S. was doing to help those states regain stability?
President Trump now cutting hundreds of millions of dollars in humanitarian aid to 3 Central American countries.
We were paying them tremendous amounts of money, and we're not paying them anymore because they haven't done a thing for us.
Yeah, and when's the last time one of those Make-A-Wish kids ever granted a wish? Of course, Trump was also egged on by his cheery rage fluffers over at Fox and Friends.
This is one of the few punitive measures the executive branch has still to these countries to say, get it under control. We've been giving you aid for decades. We want your societies to be better, your economies to be better.
You want their societies to be better? I'd like to live in a society where the president's advisors know that Guatemala is not in Mexico. With every passing day, Trump is firing more officials with a spine, a conscience, or a sense of shame. But let me be very clear. I'm not saying that Kirstjen Nielsen has any of those things. Whatever you do, do not give Kirstjen Nielsen another fucking job. Oh, God damn it, that is me. We really all do look alike. We'll be right back.